Adequate notice of this meeting has been given in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act pursuant to Public Laws 1975. Said notice was advertised in the Beacon and was posted on the bulletin board showing the time and place of the meeting. I'd like to stand for salute to the flag. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Special use permits.
The Popcorn Park Zoo is looking to have their annual Rock to Adopt event out at the zoo. It's a music festival and it promotes pet adoption. They've successfully have done it for 6 years. This will be the 7th year. It happens to be the same weekend as our Lacey Day weekend, September 29th and 30th. There is no impact to the municipality besides it being outside the scope of what their zoning permit says. So we just need to approve this if you're interested in approving.
Are they gonna have to have specials out there?
Usually we make one special for the crossing at Lacey Road.
Sure.
But it's a very limited impact to us. And it's, like I said, it's been successful for 6
Sure.
years now, and we've had no incidents.
Move it. I'll make a motion.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, I do have an ad on here, and it's an ad, I just got it today for Lacey Soccer. They have 2 registration events coming up, one starting today, and one starting August 2nd, and they want permission to post signs.
Move it. Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
And that's all I have to add on here.
Mike, stay on
You're going into the township, right?
We're going right into
You know what, I
town.
didn't even have a chance to look. Did not have a
All right,
chance
so
to
then we
look.
need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Move it. Move it. Second.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Maybe get the 7 up too.
We going to executive?
Nope, we don't need to go into executive first. There's nothing that would change this agenda, so we can go right to township.
Okay.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been given in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act pursuant to the Public Laws of 1975. Said notice was advertised in the Asbury Park Press and the Beacon and was posted on the bulletin board showing the time and place of the meeting. I'd like to have a salute to the flag, a moment of silence. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First reading of ordinance 2018-24, authorizing a deed restriction on block 1900, lot 202.
In order to the Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, authorizing implementation of a deed restrictions on properties owned by the Township of Lacey and designated as block 1900 2.02 in the Township of Lacey. This is a 24.48 acres, which is located in the vicinity behind Hebrew Park. This is being deed restricted in cooperation with Walters Development Group. They have 2 properties that they're building in Waretown and Stafford, and you need to do mitigation properties and tree safe properties, and they got permission from the DEP to do so here in Lacey, and they will be paying us $2,000 an acre for that deed restriction. And it is already, most of it is DEP wetlands property, so it's not that it's usable.
It's all swamp.
Yes.
Everything's swamp. So we get 50 grand for it.
Motion.
Second.
Was Mr. Curtolo, was that you?
Yes.
And who seconded it? I'm
I
sorry.
did.
Mr. Curtolo?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mayor Juliano?
Yes. First reading of ordinance 2018-25, authorizing the acquisition of an easement on block 1602, lots 7 through 9.
In order to the Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, authorizing the acquisition of an easement on portions of block 1602, lots 7 through 9 from James and Madeline Stapleton in accordance with NJSA 48:12-5A1. This is easements that we needed with regards to the railroad right-of-way project. It lives on Fuchsia Street, adjacent to the walking trail. There was a small portion of about 5,300 square feet on one portion, 807 on another, and 1,800 square feet on another, and it was a cost to the town of $2,400 for such easement.
Move it. Second.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Curtolo.
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Abstain, personal friend.
Mayor Juliano.
Yes.
You have time.
Second reading of ordinance 2018-20, amending Chapter 335 in accordance with the Pinelands Comprehensive Management Plan.
In order to the Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 335 zoning in response to amendments to the Pinelands Comprehensive Management Plan. As the Pinelands makes amendments to their comprehensive management plan or their master plan, since we do have a 66% of our township located in the Pinelands, we too have to adopt and change our code, and this is just in compliance with that and keeping the township in compliance. Second.
Move it.
Second reading, I'd like to open it up to the floor.
Seeing none, make a motion to close the floor.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion, I'll make the motion.
Second.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Juliano.
Yes. Second reading of ordinance 2018-21, amending Chapter 273 of the Municipal Code.
In order to the Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, amending and supplementing Chapter 273 of the Township Code entitled Property Maintenance so as to amend 273-8 entitled Definitions. This is related to vacant and abandoned properties. We had introduced several months ago an abandoned property registration, and we needed to put a definition in there as to what is considered a vacant and abandoned property so that those that needed to register understood what qualified. This is second reading. Open the floor.
Seeing none, make a motion to close the floor.
Second.
Motion.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mayor Juliano.
Yes. Second reading of ordinance 2018-22, amending Chapter 185 flood hazard areas.
In order to the Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, amending and supplementing Chapter 185 of the Township Code entitled Flood Hazard Areas to amend various sections. And the only change in this ordinance is taking out the reference to the zoning officer and putting in the reference to the construction code official. Open the floor.
Open the second reading, I'd like to open it up to the floor.
Seeing none, make a motion to close it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion on the ordinance.
Move it. Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Juliano.
Yes. Second reading of ordinance 2018-23, amending Chapter 323 vehicles and traffic.
In order to the Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, amending and supplementing Chapter 323-17 of the Township Code entitled Parking of Certain Trucks, Vehicles, and Trailers Prohibited. This would eliminate on our streets in Lacey Township, vehicles, gross vehicle weight over 10,000 pounds to be parked on the street. You can't park a tractor on the street, a trailer on the street, a recreational vehicle on the street and leave it there parked, attached or unattached to a vehicle. If it was just a trailer, you have to park it on your own property in a recognized spot. So this will eliminate a lot of boats being parked on the streets on trailers for long periods of time, whether it's 24 hours or 2 hours, and recreational vehicles and vehicles in disrepair as well.
But just touch on, people having worked on in a house are permitted.
Yes, yes, if you have a delivery truck or if you have contractors there, yes, they're allowed to be there, but they are limited to the normal hours of work. They can't leave their vehicles there overnight and then come back in the morning.
Second reading, I'd like to open it up to the floor.
Seeing none, close the floor. Motion to close the floor.
Second.
All in
All
favor?
in favor?
Aye.
Motion on the ordinance.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mayor Juliano?
Yes. Resolution 2018-184, appointing seasonal employees for the Recreation Department, additional lifeguards.
Resolution of Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the employment of seasonal employees for the Recreation Department. We've had some lifeguards resign at the start of the season, so at this time, we are hiring an additional lifeguard to cover one of our shifts, and his name is Michael Spina.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mayor Juliano?
Yes. Resolution 2018-185, accepting a retirement from an employee.
Resolution of Township of Lacey County of Ocean State of New Jersey accepting the retirement of various municipal employees. We have an employee that has been employed with us since 1987 who has decided that effective March 29th of 19, he wishes to retire from his employment with the Township of Lacey. His name is Kevin Therian. He's a heavy equipment operator with the Public Works Department.
Planning ahead, I see.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mayor Juliano?
Resolution 2018-186, authorizing receipt of bids for various items.
Resolution of Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, authorizing receipt of bids for bulk bituminous material and for the loader rentals for the leaf and snow season for the Township of Lacey. So our current bulk bituminous material contract expires in September, and obviously, we will be looking to enter into a new contract for loader rentals for November. So we'll be going out to bid for those two items.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mayor Juliana?
Resolution 2018-187, fixing the cost of tax sale mailings.
Resolution of Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, fixing the cost for in lieu tax sale mailings at $25 per mailing. This is required under state statute that annually we need to adopt this notice with regards to the charge for the in lieu tax sale notices mailed to each particular property, and at no time can it exceed $50 for any particular property in accordance with the electronic tax sale program.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn? Mr.
Yes.
Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
And Mayor Juliana?
Yes. Resolution 2018-188, authorizing a electronic tax sale.
Resolution of Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, authorizing tax collectors to hold an electronic tax sale. Again, the Division of Local Government Services mandates that the township adopt a resolution, go out and receive quotes with regards to the electronic tax sale system, and get the best cost-effective system, software package. It's kind of, I'm gonna call this an eBay thing, for the township to do their electronic tax sale. So we're moving forward with that for next January already.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mayor Juliana?
Yes. Resolution 2018-189, authorizing the renewal of planetary retail consumption licenses,
Resolution-
pocket licenses.
Resolution of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, renewing plenary retail consumption licenses. We have two liquor licenses that are inactive or in pocket status. They needed special permission from the ABC to be renewed. It's known as a 1239. They have since received that. It is Route 9 Restaurants, which is the old Shark Fin license that was bought by Route 9 Restaurants. He is looking to activate that in the near future. And then Rella's liquor license, again, which is the old site across the street from Caffrey's. So they're both inactive statuses at this point, but they need to annually be renewed.
Move it. Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Juliana?
Yes. Resolution 2018-190, authorizing a place-to-place and person-to-person transfer of a planetary retail consumption license.
Resolution of Township of Lacey County of Ocean State of New Jersey authorizing and approving a person-to-person and a place-to-place transfer of liquor license 1512-33-003-012 to the Forked River Wine and Spirits LLC. The Rella's liquor license now is being transferred to what is known as Forked River Wine and Spirits. It will be located in Units 2 and 3 at 344 North Main Street. So this is transferring it to the new individuals on the license, plus locating it at a place, and then eventually they will have to file additional pages in order to activate the license in the future.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mayor Juliano?
Yes.
Okay.
Resolution 2018-191, placing a lien on Block 145, Lot 7 for property maintenance.
Resolution of Township of Lacey County of Ocean State of New Jersey accepting the certification of the Director of Public Works concerning costs incurred in the removal of debris and cleaning up of the property located at 713 Buena Vista Road, and authorizing the placement of a lien against said property for said costs. And again, this is a total of $178.47.
Move it. Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Juliano?
Yes. Resolution 2018-192, placing a lien on Block 226-05, Lot 8 for property maintenance.
Resolution of Township of Lacey County of Ocean State, New Jersey, accepting the certification of the Director of Public Works concerning costs incurred in the removal of debris and cleaning up of the property located at 458 Barnacle Road, and authorizing the placement of a lien against said property for said cost in the amount of $107.03.
Move it. Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mayor Juliana?
Yes. Resolution 2018-193, placing a lien on Block 459, Lot 7 for property maintenance.
Resolution of Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, accepting the certification of the Director of Public Works concerning costs incurred in the removal of debris and cleaning up of the property located at 516 Raleigh Drive, and authorizing the placement of a lien against said property for said cost in the amount of $104.68.
Move it. Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Juliana.
Yes. Resolution 2018-194, placing a lien on Block 803, Lot 15 for property maintenance.
A resolution of Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, accepting the certification of the Director of Public Works concerning costs incurred in the removal of debris and cleaning up of the property located at 710 Bowsprit Point, and authorizing the placement of a lien against said property for said cost in the amount of $142.81.
Move it. Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mayor Juliana.
Yes. Resolution 2018-195, placing a lien on Block 863, Lot 49 for property maintenance.
Resolution of Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, accepting the certification of the Director of Public Works concerning costs incurred in the removal of debris and cleaning up of the property located at 807 Maple Road, and authorizing the placement of a lien against said property for said cost in the amount of $124.25.
Move it. Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Juliana.
Yes. Resolution 2018-196, authorizing the refund of deposits.
Resolution of Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, authorizing the refund of deposits held for the use of municipal facilities.
Move it. Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Juliana.
Yes. Resolution 2018-197, authorizing the payment of township bills.
Resolution, can I, I'm jumping the gun on you.
Exactly, just move it right
Yep.
forward.
Resolution of Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, authorizing the payment of the township bills in the amount of $6,503,996.37.
Move it.
Can I have a second to that? Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mayor Juliana.
Yes. Monthly reports.
Okay, monthly reports. For the month of June, the Community Development Department collected receipts in the amount of $103,966.98. For the month of June, the Municipal Clerk's Office collected receipts in the amount of $12,692.37. For the month of June, road opening permits were collected in the amount of $4,050. Recycling commodity collected in the amount of $700, and truck parking in the amount of $300. Municipal Court for the month of May collected receipts in the amount of $25,699.59, and Municipal Docks for the month of June collected receipts in the amount of $1,100. Motion to accept the reports is read.
Move it.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next.
Motion to approve caucus meeting minutes of June 14, 2018.
Move it. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion to approve township meeting minutes of June 14, 2018.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve raffle license application for the Ocean County Shrine Ladies Club, the LTSH Booster Association, and the Lacey Elks Lodge.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion to approve membership in the Bamber Lakes Fire Company for Charles E. Brown.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve membership in the Lenoka Harbor Fire Company as a department as a junior member for Caitlin Freeman.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And I do have two add-ons this evening. First is Resolution 199. It is a resolution of the Township of Lacey County of Ocean State of New Jersey awarding a contract for the purchase of rock salt to Atlantic Salt Incorporated. We are in the Stafford Township Cooperative Purchasing System. I mean, here we are in the middle of 90-degree weather, and I'm thinking about rock salt, but I don't have a choice. This is a 2-year contract which expires July of 2020.
Move it.
Second. Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
And Mayor Juliana.
Yes.
And next is an ordinance. It's a first reading of an ordinance. And again, this is, as we're going along, reviewing our municipal code, making changes throughout the code. This will be ordinance number 26. And it's an ordinance of the Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, amending and supplementing Chapter 323 of the Township Code entitled Vehicles and Traffic so as to create Section 323-17.1 entitled Parking Prohibited for Repair of Vehicles. And again, with the no parking of various vehicles on roads, this is also now, I'm working on my car, I can't do it in the street. I can't change the oil in the street, I can't put it up on blocks on the street. This is prohibiting from vehicle repair and maintenance being done in the public right-of-way. So for the municipality, we do have quite a bit of a problem with that throughout the communities. First reading motion,
Move it.
Second.
Mr. Quinn,
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo,
Yes.
Mr. Kennis,
Yes.
Mr. McDonald,
Yes.
and Mayor Juliana.
Yes.
And that's all I have to add on.
Comments from the committee. Deputy Mayor McDonald?
6 to 9.
Yes. Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Okay, couple of things. I just want to remind everybody, next Tuesday evening is the NRC meeting about the plant closing, and that's, will be held 6 to 9 down at the community center, so come out because, and drill them, because they're gonna give you the answers. And I hope everybody could show up for that. 4th of July was a success. We did have a little bit of a lapse between the end of the concert and the fireworks, so we'll work on that next year and start the band a little bit later, but I think everybody was good. And I went down to the practice football field where they had the band, and it was jammed. So I got some good reports back on that. Just a couple of things that are going to happen in the next couple of weeks. Well, let's see here. The 18th, Wednesday, we have an outdoor concert over at Deerhead Lake. That's a tribute to Jimmy Buffett. Thursday, July 26th, it's Thursday night music under the pavilion. I'm not sure who's playing, but it's always a good time for that. We have another concert Wednesday, August 1st, out at Bamber Park out there. We're moving the concerts around a little bit. Tuesday, August 17th, so August 7th is the National Night Out that's sponsored by Lacey Township Police over here at Gilly Park. He always has a helicopter that comes in and lands, right? So, Thursday night, another one underneath the pavilion. Usually we're trying to get concerts going underneath the pavilion on Thursday night, August 9th. And then one more concert, Wednesday, August 15th, the outdoor at Deerhead Lake, and that's a classic rock band that will be playing out there. The other part of this, one last thing, on July 28th, the Recreation Department is sponsoring a Delaware River tubing trip to the famous River Hot Dog Man. Charter bus departs at 8 a.m. The price is $70. That includes all your tubing equipment, transportation, and lunch. And then also another concert on the 26th under the pavilion featuring Mike Zito. So we've kind of upgraded the, pardon me, we've kind of upgraded the recreation with the music and stuff because it seems to go over very well. One last thing here. One of the things I've been looking at and talking to Veronica a lot about is our tipping costs for our garbage. And one of the things is that, food waste makes up about 20% of our garbage. And working on ways that we can possibly recycle that and make a compost out of that. So if you look at what our tipping costs are, it's about $1.1 million. So if you take 20% and we could recycle that, you're roughly saving $220,000, and that's directly off the tax bill for us. So I'll have more on that as we move forward. But grass clippings and stuff, please don't put them in your trash. We'll figure out something. Bring them over here to our recycling.
We don't take grass
take
clippings.
grass-
The
We
only
don't?
way you can do it is through the garbage right
Oh,
now.
okay.
Yeah,
Well,
you
we'll
have no other choice
We'll
right
have to
now.
work. I didn't know that.
So double
Yeah.
down on your grass clipping then.
No, double down. Okay. So we'll have to work on that and figure something out with that. So
Still in the yard.
what's that?
Still in the yard.
Mr. Quinn needs some compost, so you can take it over to Mr. Quinn's.
That's
So-
right, Tom, see?
There you go.
Just throw it in the street, the DPW will come and pick it up.
Yeah, so now when I get a complaint about that, they're gonna say Mr. Kenneth said that we could do that.
Then change your oil on top of that.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm going to be working on that. I think it's something that we can possibly put together and save some money for the town. And
Through the
I think that's-
Rutgers cooperative with the Vaster Gardeners, they have a lot of ideas with, recycling your home waste to make it into compost for your gardens
Right.
and stuff like that. And sometimes they do provide the containers for free, and we'll train the residents for
Right.
that.
I have talked to, who's in charge of recycling up at the county? What the heck's his name? Can't think of his name right off the bat. I've talked to the head of Ocean County Recycling, I had a long conversation with him. This is something, a project that I'm gonna start trying to put together, especially in the fall when you have, we get a lot of debris and so forth like that. So we're gonna have to look into this, and hopefully if you can get compost, you can put it in your plants, on your grass, get green plants, better plants, and we save some money to boot. So that's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Committeeman Quinn?
Thank you, Mayor. Sitting next to a farmer.
Old McDonald had a farm, brother.
Okay, I
You're
have
just full of yourself tonight.
a couple announcements from Chief DeBella at the Police Department. The next Gilly Park Skate Park evening event, also known as Friday Night Lights, are going to be held tomorrow night, July 13th, and it starts at 6 p.m. The skate park will be open from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. with the DJ playing live music. Lighting will be provided by the police department and the local fire departments. There's also going to be a gaming mobile gaming trailer from 7 to 9, and that's being funded by the Lacey Municipal Police Foundation and the Lacey Municipal Alliance. Age-appropriate games will be available for the kids. In addition, the Lacey Police Foundation is partnering up with Tom and Dee's Italian Ice to provide one free small Italian ice to each child or young adult that comes out to the event and utilizes the skate park. This includes skateboards, scooters, inline skates, and all park users will be required to sign in and receive one free ticket, which gives you a free Italian ice. Please note that the skate park is specifically for the use of skateboards, scooters, and inline skates. Bicycles are not permitted. All users must wear a helmet in the skate park at all times and follow all of the skate park rules. The next upcoming skate park events are going to be on September 7th, September 21st, October 5th, October 19th, and November 2nd. And there will also be additional dates announced for August of this year. The events are free of charge. This includes both the skate park and the mobile gaming trailer. Come on out for a night of family fun and enjoy a free Italian ice. On Saturday, this past Saturday, July 7, 2018, Lacey Township Police Department coordinated a multi-agency woods enforcement detail with the state and local enforcement agencies, including New Jersey State Police, New Jersey Division of Fish and Wildlife, Law Enforcement Bureau, the Ocean County Sheriff's Department, Barnegat Township Police Department, and the Ocean Township Police Department. The purpose of the detail was to reduce the influx of people with off-road vehicles, ATVs, dirt bikes, pickup trucks from trespassing in the Pinelands on private property and also on protected conservation lands. It was also intended to prevent serious motor vehicle crashes, injuries, criminal offenses, and DUIs. These have occurred frequently in the woods over the past few years out in the pines. The wooded area patrolled this past Saturday included over 60 square miles, which included Lacey Township, Barnegat, Ocean Township, and Manchester. In 2016, the Off-Road Task Force arrested several people in the woods for violating criminal laws, including an adult male who was found to be in possession of an assault rifle, a 9mm handgun, along with several high-capacity magazines and ammunition. His arrest resulted in several criminal charges. During the same year, a 20-year-old male suffered a broken neck as a passenger in a truck that flipped over while they were trespassing out on private property. The driver was ultimately arrested and convicted of a DWI. Several people were also charged with trespassing on private property and underage consumption of alcohol. During the recent woods detail this past Saturday, a 48-year-old male from Trenton, New Jersey was arrested in the woods off Route 539 for possession of marijuana. In addition, 27-year-old female from Mount Holly was arrested with an outstanding warrant. Additional complaints for trespassing on private property along with motor vehicle summonses were also issued during the detail. Additional wood enforcement details are forthcoming. This is something that we've been doing for the last couple of years, participating with these different agencies, trying to divert all these people that are coming from outside of town. We get a lot of people out of Pennsylvania, up in North Jersey. They all come down here and treat the woods as a big party for the weekend. And The last couple of years, we've been successful in actually taking away vehicles from some of these people because the laws that they've broken permit us to take their vehicles, their ATVs, and things like that. So we're trying to schedule a couple of them during the course of the summer, and keep them from coming to town, stop some of the drug issues, stop some of the alcohol issues. And like last year, the individual that was arrested out there was extremely dangerous. I mean, he had a rap sheet that would just, mind-boggling to take a look at it. So we want to keep them out of Ocean County, and working together with the surrounding towns has been a good thing for us, and it's really paying off for us. So we will be doing it again. On Saturday, July 28th, the 2018 Lacey Township Police Department is going to be hosting a courtesy non-enforcement child seat safety check over at the Lacey United Methodist Church parking lot on Lacey Road from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Specially trained certified child seat technicians from the Lacey Township Police Department and the Ocean County Sheriff's Department will be on site to conduct the courtesy child seat inspection of installed seats and to assist participants in the proper installation of child seats. Technicians will assist not only with the inspection of the seats, but will also educate caregivers on the proper seat selection and installation. Seat inspections take about 20 minutes, and the event will take place over at the Methodist Church. This is really good. I did this when I first had my first grandchild, and believe me, I had the seat in completely wrong. So it was a real eye opener for me. And it's a good thing if young parents realize how to do it. But as we get older, we didn't have those kind of car seats when my kids were little. So Lacey Township Police Department will be presenting their second annual National Night Out event at Gilly Park on Tuesday evening, August 7th, 2018, starting at 6 o'clock. The purpose of the event is to strengthen law enforcement and community partnerships and to promote drug and DUI prevention and education. The Lacey Township Police Department, Ocean County Sheriff, and the State Police, along with other local emergency services, are all going to be on site. We ran this last year and it was a huge success. Each agency will present different pieces of their equipment and apparatus. In addition, the Lacey Township Police Department will coordinate a bicycle rodeo for the young adults, and the Ocean County Sheriff's Department will provide the K-9 demonstration, a drone demonstration, and the child ID program. New Jersey State Police will coordinate a helicopter landing and a flyover, weather permitting. Gilly Park, skate park will be opened with the live DJ. Recreational will be presenting an outdoor movie that night. Right?
Yes.
Yes.
There will also be several businesses and nonprofit organizations setting up tables. Lacey Township PBA 238 and the Lacey Elks will be providing hot dogs free of charge. In addition, there will also be other food and beverage, all free of charge. National Night Out is to strengthen the relationship between Lacey Township Police Department, local emergency services, and our community members. Please come out and enjoy a night of fun. There's no cost for anything, so bring your kids out and have a good time. That's all I have on the police information. I just two other things I just wanted to mention. We had, as everyone knows, Staples has closed down the store in town here. I guess they closed down about 2 weeks ago, but fortunately Monday night at the planning board we approved an Aldi supermarket, which is going to be moving into the Staples site within the next couple months. They're going to be start construction right away and hopefully be in there by the year end. And the other project up on the north end of town in the A's Garden Center, which is going to be a Lidl supermarket, is moving forward. We've gotten notice from CAFR, the state, that their process is moving forward, and they expect that permit to be coming through not too far down the road. And Lidl has closed on the property. A's Garden Center has transferred title to Lidl, so we know that they're moving forward and going to build that project as well. So. It's nice to see as quickly as the stores went down that we were fortunate enough to get somebody else and come into that big box store. So, thank you, Mayor.
Committed and opposed?
Line's still long.
Thank you, Mayor. Much appreciated. I'd like to dovetail on a couple of things that Committeeman Quinn had said, and just to remind the people that are watching this evening. When Committeeman Quinn talks about some of the outreach and initiatives of our police department, some of those programs, and I'll be specific, are at no direct cost to the taxpayer. Programs like You Text, You Drive, You Lose, Buzz Driving is Drunk Driving, Click It or Ticket. Our police department has been very above board with their ability to get grants from the New Jersey Department of Highway and Traffic Safety. That agency out in Trenton pays directly for some of those initiatives for the officers' time. So there is a cost, but it's an indirect cost. It's not a direct cost. And I compliment our police department on that outreach because it does keep us safe at every level. National Night Out, as Committeeman Quinn had talked about, a tremendous success. I've been to several of them around the county, and I presented at ours last year. I'll present again this year on behalf of the County Health Department. I have a DUI fatal vision goggles. Some of the police officers will help me in administering faux field sobriety tests. Additionally, we will have officers there to answer questions. We'll ask questions. We'll get questions answered. And it's great. It's collegial. It's a good first interaction with law enforcement, especially for younger students and new drivers. And it is a collegial effort with people from around the county, in particular our Sheriff's Department as well. So a great time for all. And again, as our committeeman has said, it's August 7th. I'd also like to touch on one other outreach initiative. In September, the chief has informed me that in our Seabury senior community, there's going to be a scam presentation over there. I've seen this presentation. I've mentioned it up here in the fairly recent past. I saw it when it was presented at our other senior community. His name escapes me right now.
Pheasant Run.
Pheasant Run. Thank you very much.
No problem.
The good people in Pheasant Run, I apologize. But you know, our chief and the officers have been very above board. The seniors, they do get preyed upon by scams, IRS scams, scams with different insurance companies. It's despicable. I thought I knew a lot of the scams, but when you watch this program, it's something that every senior, really every person needs to see. We all get these robocalls at our houses. If there's an opportunity, maybe through the chief or our top liaison, Committeeman Quinn, we could have that presentation at our community hall. I think it would benefit anybody that was in attendance. I would like to comment on June 30th. Many of the members, if not all the members of the committee, visited Alex's Lemonade Stand. It was set up at our high school parking lot, and I was informed that just that day, in those couple hours, $5,600 was raised. Now, this, as we know, has been really one of the great charities in our community. It's all around the country. We have a great chapter over here with Kelly Smith and the Smith family. And they've raised $70,000 just in the past couple of years for childhood cancer. So their efforts and their altruism around any time somebody comes down with this despicable disease in our township, they're always there. So with that, I'd like to close with, prior to this meeting tonight, the five of us were interviewed by Channel 21. We discussed one of the primary talking points of our time here at this time in our history in our township, which is the closing of the nuclear plant again. I want to quell fears, as my colleagues have done, and they've done a lot of the heavy lifting, our mayor and everybody up here, really everybody, elected and unelected. The plant will be closing. The plant, there won't be tumbleweeds, like I always say, flying there the next day after the closure. It's going to be a long process. It's going to be a monitored process. It's going to be a safe process environmentally. There'll be Nuclear Regulatory Commission people on site, and things will be done. What I always say is, believe in us as Americans, and have American exceptionalism in your mind. We put somebody on the moon 51 years ago. We know how to do this. This isn't the first time it's been done. The five people up here and Veronica, most assuredly, have been working on town center designation. We've been working on attracting different businesses into town. I think we've been successful with that. The people are choosing Lacey Township in our senior communities, in our single-family homes, younger families. So I'm optimistic about the future, and I have skin in the game like everybody else. When I leave here, I go home, and I have some of the same concerns as you, but I will assure you there's a taxable value in that plant's infrastructure, in that plant's spent fuel, and in that plant's transmission lines. And we are strong advocates. We don't lay down, we don't quit, and we don't work alone. Our Congressman Tom MacArthur has helped us, our Board of Chosen Freeholders in the 9th District as well, on Lacey Road. So we'll keep you abreast and informed of that at every step through the process. And my last comment before we have our next meeting in August, I want to wish our mayor a happy birthday. He'll enjoy
Oh,
your
that's right, you
birthday.
both have the same date.
That's right.
Happy birthday,
Same to
Mayor.
you. That's right, the
Thank
same
you.
day I do.
The mayor and I share a birthday,
Right, there we
and
go.
What day?
July
July
28th.
28th.
My son's a 24.
It's my son's birthday.
That's
Oh,
right,
really?
That's right.
How about that? Yeah.
That's right.
Trifecta.
Thank you very much for your time, man.
Thank you.
Is it?
Is it?
Happy birthday, Tom.
Happy
Anybody
birthday.
else?
All right, let's all sing happy birthday, come on now.
What was 9 months before this week?
Committeeman Kennis, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mayor. Last night I had the opportunity to attend the Board of Health meeting. Committeeman Curatello asked me to step in, and so that was the first time I ever went to a Board of Health meeting, and I just want to thank those volunteers for taking the time to handle some of the issues that go on throughout the township that are sort of that people don't realize, some of the public health issues that they sort of address. And again, they are volunteering their time, and I just want to thank them. They're sort of some of the unsung heroes in town. I also want to mention, just thank Exelon again for hosting the fireworks. It's really become a great community night in Lacey Township. It's really expanded over the past few years with having the live band there. Like the turnout is tremendous there. And finally, I just want to mention that what Committeeman McDonald had said about the NRC meeting coming up this Tuesday. It's we hear all the concerns from the residents, but it's really the NRC that has the final say over the decommissioning plan. And I really hope that the turnout is that they get a good turnout, and that people ask a lot of questions and get as much information they can to the NRC. Because, like I said, they're the ones that ultimately have the most control over the whole decommissioning plan that the power plant has to provide to them. So that's all I have, Mayor.
What time is that meeting?
6 o'clock on
6 o'clock.
Tuesday.
6 to 9?
6 to 9 this Tuesday
6
at
to
Community
9.
Hall.
It's Tuesday. I'll touch on, people touched on a lot of things here, which is great, but I'll touch on a few other things. I'd like to just remind that the 2018 residential document shredding program is going on here in Lacey, and I'll announce it today and in August meeting too. It's August 18th, it's Saturday, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. At the recycling center lot, so everybody knows. Right now, Lacey Little League from July 11th through Sunday, July 15th is hosting down at Clune Park the New Jersey Little League Intermediate Regional World Series. I don't know, has anybody been down there yet?
No,
Stopped in? It is, I'm going down tomorrow, but it has brought a lot of influx of people down there. He did estimate that it was going to be an input, I think he said, Veronica, 500 people?
That's correct.
And I think it might be happening from what I think. And toward the end of coming towards Sunday, more will come down because the finals will be there. So I want to congratulate George Resitar, the president of Lacey Little League. He's doing a great job down there with them, and look forward to working with him. National Night Out, Committeeman Quinn and a few other committee people announced it. The event at Gilly Park, August 7th, 6 o'clock. Great turnout. I go every year. A lot of good things, camaraderie, people, families getting together, which is no doubt a good thing. I just want to thank, I attended both graduations, middle school and high school. I just want to thank the Board of Education for inviting me, and congratulations to all the graduates and their parents. As Committeeman Curatola said, Alex's Lemonade Stand did the fundraiser for that young gentleman with the brain tumor. I just want to thank them very much. They raised, in that short period of time, as Committeeman Curatola mentioned, they raised over $5,000 in a couple hours. That's Lacey Township coming together, like we always do. I'd like to thank Exelon for the fireworks display, along with our Recreation Department, Public Works, Fire and Police, for running a smooth show. It really turned out nice. This Saturday, from 11 to 2, down at Huffy Walls, we got a softball game between the police and fire.
Yes, can I just interject one
Yes.
thing? That's the grand reopening of Huffy Walls. I don't know if anybody realizes, but Huffy Walls was the original park here in Lacey Township, and we just redid it. We did the basketball courts and everything else like that. It's also the largest play date. We're trying to get into the Guinness Book of World Records. You can go on to the website or the Facebook, and they'll tell you how to participate in that. That's a fire and police softball game, Mayor. I hope you'll be there throughout the first pitch, if you can make it. If not, don't worry about it. We get there, and hopefully, there's a trophy there, and hopefully that's gonna be a continuation, because we're gonna get some food trucks and hopefully make some donations to some charities in town. And get to see the police and the firemen in a little different light than in their uniforms and things like that. I'm sorry to take up that time, Mayor.
Okay. That's all I have. There again, I'd like to mention, please, that all the kids are definitely out of school, so be safe, drive carefully around the parks and all our roadways in Lacey Township. I want to thank everybody. I'd like to open it up to the floor. Okay.
Hi, Regina DeSenza, Sunset Drive, Sunrise Beach. I have a couple of questions and some comments. The add-on for the on-street repairs now prohibited.
Yes.
A lot of that occurs on nights and weekends. Who do
Police
you
department,
call?
police department.
All
And they
right.
have to enforce municipal ordinances along with code enforcement.
Okay, so it doesn't have to be the code enforcement
No.
officer during the day. Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
A lot of the streets and road enforcement does happen by police because it's in a public right of way versus it being on residential property, so the police do handle a lot of that stuff
Oh, okay.
sometimes.
Because I do see it, you know, I never think to do anything about it. Now I actually can, so.
Yes, before we were silent.
Right. I just wanted to let everyone know, and I don't know if everyone's really aware of this, but there is local blueberry picking here at Lenoka Farms, and I was really surprised because I went the other day, because I'm not usually around, I guess, when they're in season. But the guy said maybe another week, and they're open from 8 to 4, and there's a little dirt driveway right next to Ryan Service Center. It's really easy to pass it by, but I finally went down there, and, you know, the blueberry picking was excellent.
Those are great blueberries.
Yes, I
Thank
did
you.
it
And it
last
was
year.
easy, you know, it was not even a half an hour there and back, and I picked a couple of pounds of them in just minutes.
I did it
So
last
easy.
year, and all I had was blueberry pies for the rest of the summer.
Yeah, I
Are
did
you
it.
over it now?
Well, I had been going further away at different times of the season, but here they were right in town, and I'm not usually around in
Yeah.
July, so I was really surprised to see that there was such
Listen,
a
that's
good
frozen.
blueberry picking right here,
true.
5 minutes from home. You guys had made mention of National Night Out at Gilly Park from 6 to 11, I believe it's supposed to be, on Tuesday, August 7th. The Lacey Education Foundation will be looking for volunteers that night. We're going to have a table, and we're in our 90-day waiting period for our IRS 501c3 status. So we're hoping to be underway fully sometime in September. And this is a very important thing. As most people know, our school district is strapped for cash. Things did not work out with that solar project for $19.8 million back in 2009. We are still paying dearly for it for another 11 years. A lot of money was drained out of the classroom now because that bond still has to be paid whether we get $200 for an SREC or $1,000 for an SREC. And everybody knows the price of SRECs dropped like a rock. And the taxpayers are making up the difference and the children are suffering. So that's why the Lacey Education Foundation largely has been started. We do need volunteers. I've researched a lot of grants. We want to do corporate donations. We will not be doing local fundraisers and things like that. It's going to be completely different from the other fundraising groups that we have in town. And everything is going to go right back to the school district for specific items that are needed, and we already established a wish list. Does anyone here actually go to the emergency evacuation plan public hearing that's held annually by Ocean County?
Usually, if I'm available, I would go with the chief, you know, but I haven't gone every single.
All right, because no one was there from Lacey Tuesday night except me.
Yeah.
And I heard some interesting things. There is a court reporter there, so I don't know if you want to get the transcript. But someone said it would not be a good idea to put a gas plant on that property, but I didn't grasp the why and the how of it, but that was said.
Was that a speaker, or was that,
It was someone that spoke from the public, and I can't really
Yeah,
recall
yeah.
the details. That's why I'm saying if you could get the transcript, it
I'll
would
the
be
chief
helpful.
check on it?
Yeah. The other thing is, which I didn't realize, there's been Q&As out there about what's going to happen with the decommissioning after the reactor shuts down September 17th. In 5 years, they're planning to move the spent fuel rods out of the fuel pool and into the dry cask
Correct.
Right.
storage.
Correct.
And what was mentioned Tuesday night, and I don't know if anybody's heard this already, the evacuation plan goes away once those spent fuel rods are moved into the dry cask storage. So in 5 years, there's no longer gonna be an emergency evacuation plan, because what I'm guessing is the emergency is only if something happens to the fuel rod, because once the reactor shut down, there's no emergency evacuation there, and then once the rods are all put in dry cask storage, they said that the evacuation plan would.
I don't think that's entirely accurate. The
I don't
zone-
know, that's why I'm asking you
Yeah,
guys.
I mean, that's
It
on
didn't
The
sound right to
COEM at the
me.
county.
That would be a great question to ask Tuesday night to the NRC.
Well, that's why I'm putting it out there, because
I
I
believe
have
the zone-
like 3
the-
other appointments on Tuesday, and I don't know how many places I can be, and I haven't cloned myself
The
yet.
emergency zone does shrink though. Like
Right.
they're responsible
Right,
for
the
like a
10-mile
10-mile
radius might not apply anymore,
Right.
but, I was really surprised when they said the evacuation plan was supposed to go away, and I didn't have time to stick around and ask any more questions. But that's why I wanted to, tell you guys to get the transcript to look into that, because I was really surprised about that. As everyone knows, we're retiring our 3rd superintendent in 8 years from the Lacey Township School District. Mr. Wigley will soon be gone. If anybody wants to say goodbye to him, he told me his last day was the 24th of July, so just letting you guys know that. Let's see what I have here. Oh, yeah. Who started the rumor that I was running for township committee? Doesn't everyone know that that's over and done with in June? Once the primary's done, that's a done deal, and sorry, but I wouldn't touch there with the 10-foot pole right now.
I
But I was
thought it was
asked-
you who started that.
Yeah, no, it wasn't me, but I was asked to run for state senator, and I declined that too, because I have better things to do with my time. So, I think that's about it for tonight. Please do look into that emergency evacuation plan thing, and if I can get to the NRC thing Tuesday night, I will. Thank you.
Thanks, Jim.
Hi, my name is Shawn Judson. I am a Lacey, and this Saturday, I'm also an advisor to our youth group, the Antlers, and this Saturday, we're holding a fundraiser, car wash, at the Burger King from, on Route 9, excuse me, from 10 until 1. And I would love to see people come out, and the township people come out and support these kids. They're all high school students. They do a lot of volunteer work, and they do a lot of, helping out the Elks with the children and with the veterans. So I would love to see people come out and support them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sean.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Anybody else? No?
Seeing none, make a motion to close the floor.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution to go into executive session? Okay. Resolution of township, it's resolution number, let me just get the boxes.
5,496.
No, we never did that high in resolution. 198, it's a resolution of Township of Trinity County, Ocean State of New Jersey, authorizing the convening of an executive session in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act to discuss matters of personnel, contractual matters, and matters of real estate.
Move it.
Mr.
Second.
McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Juliana?
Yes.
Okay, have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
Move it. Second.
Second.
All in favor?
And we will not be
Aye.
coming out to make any other decisions this evening.
Yes, no official action.
No other official
I'm
action.
curious why you do it at the end now instead of in the middle, it's just.
So we don't make people wait all night.
Yeah,
I mean, the only time we would do it in the middle is if there's something on this agenda.
We're very
that-
receptive
yeah,
towards
yeah,
that.
but- Yeah.
Go.
And you guys